Did you know that the daughter of a Native American chief fell in love with an English settler and brought an end to the hostilities between her people and the settlers? Her name was Pocahontas, and this is her love story. Pocahontas was the daughter of the most powerful Native American chief in the region. Her father, Chief Powhatan, ruled over 30 different tribes and nations who all lived in what is today known as Virginia. The year before Pocahontas was born, the English settlers had arrived in the New World, and things were not going well between the two groups. The settlers had claimed the land for their king and had begun building settlements, while the natives saw them as invaders on their land and had retaliated by attacking the settlements and killing many settlers. When Pocahontas was only 10 years old, she saved the life of an English settler named John Smith. She intervened when her father had sentenced him to death and convinced him to let him live. This act of kindness created a bond between the two, and they began communicating regularly. As they interacted more, they began to develop feelings for one another. However, their romance was forbidden, since at the time, interracial relationships were viewed as taboo, and the two were from opposing sides of the conflict. As Pocahontas and John Smith continued to see each other in secret, they dreamed of a day when they could be together without having to hide. Meanwhile, the conflict between the settlers and the natives continued to escalate, resulting in many deaths on both sides. It seemed as though there would never be peace between the two groups until one day when everything changed. John Smith was injured during a battle with the natives, and was taken back to his settlement where he remained for several months. During this time, he wrote a book about his adventures in the New World. When Pocahontas heard about the book, she was afraid that he might write about her and reveal their secret relationship. She visited him in secret and begged him not to expose her. In return, John Smith promised to keep her secret if she would help him secure a peace treaty with her father. Pocahontas took this deal very seriously and went to her father to propose a meeting between him and the English settlers. Chief Powhatan agreed, and a meeting was held, but it quickly became clear that neither side was willing to make peace. Just as the meeting was about to break down, Pocahontas stepped forward and pleaded with her father to consider making peace with the settlers. She told him that the fighting had gone on long enough, and that it was time to find a solution. Her father was moved by her words and agreed to listen to what the settlers had to say. This meeting eventually led to the Treaty of Middle Plantation, which established peace between the two groups. After the treaty was signed, Pocahontas and John Smith began planning their future together. They knew that they wanted to be married, but they also knew that their relationship would be controversial. In order to make their marriage possible, they decided that Pocahontas would need to convert to Christianity and take on a new name. She agreed and was baptized. She took the name Rebecca after the biblical figure who had been unfaithful to her people. Now that Pocahontas had become a Christian and taken on a new name, she and John Smith were free to marry. The wedding ceremony was held in 1614, and it was a joyous occasion. Many settlers and natives attended the wedding and celebrated the union of the two groups. Pocahontas and John Smith's marriage was a true love story. Despite the many obstacles they faced, they never gave up on each other. Their love story became a symbol of the unity that could be achieved between the two groups. In the years following their marriage, Pocahontas and John Smith had 2 children together, a boy and a girl. They named their son Thomas after Pocahontas' brother who had died in infancy, and their daughter named her after her mother. Pocahontas doted on her children and was a loving and devoted mother. She also continued to work for peace and understanding between the settlers and the natives. Unfortunately, Pocahontas' time on Earth was cut short when she became ill and died. In 1617, at the age of 21, her death was a great loss to her family and to the colony. The settlers and the natives mourned her passing and remembered her as a symbol of unity and peace. After Pocahontas died, John Rolfe returned to England with their 2 children. He was invited by King James I to come to London and present their daughter, who was now named Lady Rebecca Rolfe, to the English court. The king was so impressed with the children and their story that he arranged for them to be educated at his expense. Both Thomas and Rebecca received a top-notch education and grew up knowing they were the children of a brave and noble couple. In 1622, John Rolfe published a book about his experiences in Virginia, which included stories about his wife and her people. The book was a success and helped to promote the settlement of Virginia. After John Rolfe died in 1622, Thomas and Rebecca stayed in England. Rebecca married a man named William Hill, and they had several children. Thomas, on the other hand, never married and spent his life traveling and writing. He died in 1644 and was buried next to his parents in England. Throughout history, Pocahontas has been portrayed in a variety of ways, sometimes as a noble savage and sometimes as a traitor to her people. However, the truth is that she was a complex individual who acted out of love for her people and her family. Pocahontas' story is a reminder that love can conquer all, even hatred and war. The love story of Pocahontas and John Rolfe is truly a unique one. 2 people from different worlds who fell in love and whose marriage brought an end to a bloody conflict. Their love story is a testament to the power of love and the importance of understanding and respecting other cultures. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more historical love stories. We have many more stories to tell, and we would love for you to join us on this journey through time. Thank you for watching. Until next time, remember to keep an open mind and a loving heart.